What is good, everybody? Welcome to the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. Welcome to another episode of Talking Commanders with Manny. So just want to give you guys a quick little preview of this game that's coming up, right? What do we know about the Commanders so far this season? We know that the Commanders are a team that's going to fight through adversity, right? They have a quarterback who has some moxie, who has some edge to him. We have a quarterback that even if he throws an interception or fumbles the ball, we see that he can now lead the team to a scoring drive. We see that we have a quarterback in the two games that he started has ran for a touchdown both times, and he's also thrown for a touchdown pass in both times. So you can almost bank on him scoring a touchdown, either passing the ball or running the ball. So he's a dual threat. We do know that. Now, this game is going to be at the Mile High City in Denver, and it's a late game, which is good for me. I get to go to church, come back, kick back, watch the game. Now, Russell Wilson and his team lost last week 17-16 versus the Vegas Raiders, right? What we're seeing is that both the Commanders and the Denver, I almost say Denver Nuggets, the Denver Broncos, neither team can score. 20 points is decent, but it seems like both teams are struggling to get to 20, right? Now, if you look at the game, Russell Wilson had 177 yards and 2 scores. So Russell Wilson is a different quarterback from Joshua Dobbs. He's more mobile, so you're going to have to be able to not just rush the quarterback, but you got to be able to contain Russell Wilson when he gets outside of the pocket. Now, for the Broncos, can they get their running game going? They were able to last week. Piron averaged over 5 yards per carry. And then Javonte Williams, who's coming back from injury, he also ran the ball over, 4.1 yards per carry. So is Javonte Williams healthy? The Commanders do a pretty good job defending the run. That's never really been an issue for this organization the last couple of years. It's been in the secondary. Can the secondary contain Russell Wilson when he rolls out? You know, obviously you have Jerry Jeudy, who's injured. I'm not even sure if he plays on Sunday. Right now, I'm recording this episode right now at Thursday. This is Thursday right now. So we don't know about Jerry Jeudy's, is he going to be a game time decision? Is he completely out? Is he practicing? I've not really followed up on that for now. But we do know that Cortland Sutton is a professional. We do know that Marvin Mims is a young, nice wide receiver. So these are the two guys that I'm keying in on in the passing game. I would say Greg Dulcich, but he's out for several weeks, which isn't good for him, but it's good for us as Commanders fans. So you're going to have Trotman out there. Trotman had ties with Sean Payton in New Orleans. So that was a handpicked guy that he had, and then now he comes over to Denver. So we need to watch out for Trotman because at the end of the day, Zach Ertz and McBride did have flashes of where they got open versus the Commanders last week. Now, we do know that Ertz was targeted 10 times. So it could be a situation where Russell Wilson might target his tight ends 10 times, 10 or more times. So we need to make sure that we can shore up that back end to contain the tight end. Sutton is more of like a possession receiver guy. Marvin Mims can do a little bit of everything, but we can't have busted plays like we did last week versus Hollywood Brown and versus Rondell Moore. Those kind of plays can't happen. We can't give up plays for 20, 30, 40 yards. That is a no-no for this defense. We have done a better job. We have done a good job at holding the opponents to field goals and not touchdowns when they get into the red zone. So on the flip side, we need to do better at scoring in the red zone. And I think that we will as Sam Howell gets better. Let's go ahead and flip on to the Commanders. Now, Sam Howell, biggest question is, can Sam Howell limit his turnovers? I can deal with the interceptions. I just can't deal with fumbles. And I don't think that he shouldn't fumble again this week. The offensive line definitely has to help Sam Howell. And then Sam Howell has to help the offensive line by getting the ball out quicker, especially if there's a huge advantage by the defense. Now, on the flip side, the Denver Broncos did not sack Jimmy Garoppolo last week. I have not really looked at the game and assessed the game and analyzed the game and see why that was. Was it that Jimmy G was able to get out of the pocket? Was it that the line was perfect? Did he have a clean pocket? Was he getting the ball out quicker? I'm pretty sure that the Commanders are looking at that game tape and looking at, okay, this is what Jimmy G did to have success. Now, Jimmy G didn't have like a super great game. I mean, he had 200 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, similar to what Sam Howell was able to do. So you can now say that Sam Howell most likely can get 200 yards and 2 scores versus this Denver defense. The thing is, can we contain Denver from scoring? Can we maximize on different little things? Can the Commanders defense get pressure on Russell Wilson? Can they create turnovers? Russell Wilson is a guy that's usually careful with the ball. So it's going to be tough. I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to be tough trying to get Russell Wilson to commit to turnovers. Yes, he had a bad year last year, but Russell Wilson is a very smart quarterback, and he's still a very good and capable QB. So you can't bank on Russell Wilson turning over the ball. That is a recipe for disaster. The Commanders have to take care of the ball, and then they can hope that we get takeaways. Now, you look at the last game versus the Arizona Cardinals. It's not that we intercepted Dobbs. We made them fumble twice. So we're going to have to make other people fumble. Dobbs is not Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson is not Dobbs. So with that being said, you're going to have to look for opportunistic ways to get the ball, to get a takeaway. That means target these running backs. That means target these wide receivers. Speaking of running back, Samaje Perine, he now plays for the Denver Broncos. He's going to be playing his old team, the Commanders, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have some choice words for the Commanders. And, you know, it's not that the Commanders did him wrong. It's just that the Commanders did not believe in him. He just didn't pan out here. I'm glad that he's doing well now. You know, he's turned himself into a serviceable backup running back, and he's a factor in the passing game. So how can the Commanders create turnovers? Maybe you get something lucky on special teams. The special teams needs to be special in order to kind of give us an extra oomph in order to try to win this game. So my biggest things are, can we get Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson going? Curtis Samuel is fine. Curtis Samuel is always going to be fine. He's a guy that's going to be targeted five to six times, and he always gets these short passes and turns them into something. So I'm not worried about Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel will get his. It's all about, can Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson get going? And I hope that they can. And I'm not saying a spectacular big game or a crazy game. I'm talking about maybe 8 receptions, maybe 80 yards and a score for one of the 2. I mean, Jacoby Myers was able to do 9 receptions for about 83 yards and 2 scores. So that's definitely feasible for either Terry or Jahan. Or I'm looking at a game where both guys get about 6 receptions each, about 65 to 70 yards, and then each maybe a score. So if I'm getting 6 to 7 receptions, about 70 yards or more, and a score out of one of these 2 guys, I think that bodes well for us and our success. Now, I do look for Logan Thomas to continue to get involved. He's continuing to be open, and he's open for a reason. There's a reason why Logan Thomas is open. He just needs to maximize those opportunities and turn them into catches and first down. So we're going to need the tight ends to help out this game. I'm guessing less burn for Antonio Gibson. He's going to be relegated to just special teams strictly, and he'll probably get like 2 or 3 touches on offense. But I'm looking for B-Rob to step up and have a good game. He's going to have to get 18 to 20 carries, 18 to 22 carries, and I'm looking at 80-something or 90 yards, and hopefully a score. If we can do all these things and limit our turnovers, I expect the Commanders to win this game. I'm looking at a score of maybe 24-17. Commanders. Hail to the Commanders. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. I'm out. Peace.